Welcome everyone. Today we will discuss a new concept, that is deadlock. So a deadlock in an operating system is a state where multiple processes are blocked indefinitely because each is waiting for a resource held by another process in the group. So to handle this situation, deadlock prevention ensures that at least one of the four necessary conditions for the deadlock, that is mutual exclusion, hold and wait, no preemption and circular wait, can never occur. And deadlock avoidance, on the other hand, requires the system to have prior information about the resources each process will request, and only grants request if the system can guarantee it will remain in the safe state and avoid the deadlock. So deadlock is what? So deadlock is a situation in an operating system where two or more processes are permanently blocked because each process is waiting for the resource held by the another process in a group. So let us take a simple example. So process P1 holds resource A and waits for resource B, whereas process P2 holds resource B and waits for resource A. So both the processes wait forever and the deadlock happens. So this diagram will give you a clear representation where we can see that process P1 holds resource A, waits for and process 2 waits for the resource A, whereas the process 2 holds resource B. Okay, but the process 1 waits for the resource B and hence the deadlock occurs. So the four necessary conditions for deadlock is: a deadlock occurs only if all four conditions hold simultaneously. So the first condition is mutual exclusion, means a resource can be used by only one process at a time. So example, printer cannot be shared simultaneously. Second is the hold and wait, where a process is holding at least one resource and waiting for additional resources. Third is the no preemption, means a resource cannot be forcibly taken away from the process. It must be released voluntarily. And the fourth one is the circular wait, where a processes form a circular chain where each process waits for the resource held by the next one. Example, process P1, then P2, then P3, then again P1. So all four conditions together cause a deadlock. So the deadlock handling methods. So the three general approaches are there: deadlock prevention, deadlock avoidance, and deadlock detection and recovery. We will understand what is deadlock prevention and deadlock avoidance. So deadlock prevention ensures that the system can never enter a deadlock by breaking at least one of the four necessary conditions. So the first one is prevent mutual exclusion, means make resources shareable if possible. Example is read-only files can be shared. No need for exclusive access. Second is prevent hold and wait. Means a process must request all required resources at once before it starts. If all resources are available, process runs. If not, process waits without holding anything. But there is one drawback, that resources may be unused. Low CPU and resource utilization. Third one is prevent no prevention, means if the process is waiting for a resource, it must release all currently held resources. Those resources become available for the other processes. So here the drawback is rollback or redoing operation may be expensive, whereas the fourth one is the prevent circular wait. Impose a strict ordering of resources. Example, every process must request resources in increasing numerical order, and this stops the circular dependency. Then the next thing, what is deadlock avoidance? So deadlock avoidance ensures system always stays in a safe state. So what is a safe state? So a safe state is a situation where there is at least one order in which all processes can finish. No deadlock will occur in that sequence. So how deadlock avoidance work? So the system needs advanced knowledge of the maximum resource each process may need. So before allocating a resource, the operating system checks if the system will remain safe after allocation. If safe, then the resources are allocated. If unsafe, then the process must wait. So the popular algorithm used is the banker's algorithm, which is used for deadlock avoidance, and it is named after how bankers give loans safely. Works only if maximum resources needs are known in advance. So what is the advantage of this? So it is more flexible than prevention, allocates resources dynamically while avoiding unsafe state. There is also some disadvantage, like it requires each process to declare maximum resource needs, high overhead due to repeated safety checks, and not suitable when resources vary frequently. This particular table will give you a clear difference between deadlock prevention and deadlock avoidance concept, where the goal of deadlock prevention is ensure deadlock never occurs by breaking the condition, and the goal of deadlock avoidance is ensure system stays in the safe state. Technique in deadlock prevention is restrictive and in deadlock avoidance is predictive. Resource request information is not required in deadlock prevention, whereas in deadlock avoidance it is required. Flexibility of deadlock prevention is low as compared to deadlock avoidance. Overhead is low in deadlock prevention as compared to deadlock avoidance, and the common algorithm is not specified for deadlock prevention, whereas for deadlock avoidance it is the banker's algorithm. So the concluding remarks is, what is deadlock? So it is the processes wait forever due to circular dependency. Prevention means breaks a deadlock condition, so where a deadlock becomes impossible. And deadlock avoidance, it allows flexible allocation but ensures system always remains safe. Thank you everyone.